mother wrote something in response to Troy Davis being sentenced to death, and in light of the Trayvon Martin verdict, these words have been something that have helped me to conjure peace, so I'd like to share them. And then I'll start with my poetry after that. The law masquerades as we the people, but in reality, it is most often the will and interest and even the egos of the elite that triumph in law. Notice I carefully say the law and not justice, which is often frustrated by the law. Maybe this is so in this life, but in other lives, on other planes of existence, through other karmas, justice eventually prevails. And remember this, we'll see you then. Run. We change because of this. As we think we can change others. As we misremember our histories. As we are learning to read. As death's meaning is changing. As we internalize. As legitimacy is still being defined as marriage, stopping us from reimagining, as we are supporting the canon we say we're troubling with equality. We are changing because of this. Because of shell casings, because of sidewalks, because we need each other, because birth happens. Changing this need to close and reopen, to night and day to tomorrow. This lots of ritual. These identities that lineage wealth. This language is cultural and capital, changing this, wading through this, rebirth because of this, conjuring because of this, absolutely salt, tell this by simply living, performing, and performing contradictions by this gifted wool, by this depleted, by searching for permanence, forgetting about our transition made human, because we make inhuman, made the namer of all. We make up what makes up history. These pheromones are muted, losing sense, gaining brains and white teeth. We change because of these contradictions. We are born eons, counting, not born with answers, not born with sin. We are born empty gourd, we can be filled, listening. Even if we're born surrounded by docents and competition, made to promise, taught to say some things before we know what they mean. We are taught to mean what we say, to keep our heads in the game. As education is becoming so expensive, we change because of necessity. And don't argue over experience. And understand multiple languages, hook our tongues to promises. We are asked to maintain this by oaths and allegiance, not hidden at all. Brought to places, taught to tuck point. We always have a choice. We literally pave roads. God gave Noah the warning sign. No more water. The fire next time. Can we burn with love? Can we flip it? Don't always have to know the pain to feel the hurt sometimes. Don't always have to know the dance steps to enjoy the movement. Sift, rearrange, fashion new tools. Whose master, whose narrative, whose house? We will leave no survivors if we don't change this. Truth exists, rising no matter what legacy we think we're leaving. All of this praise, dissolve, arrive, create, become the next chapter. The cipher is a compost heap. Receiving nutrition, radiates heat like compost. Is filled with stacks of everything that had been released, the anticipation, the energy, the ease. If they breed as such, birth children, and children's children. A cipher is living, looks different each time like things that are living. A cipher can be lost, challenging courage. A cipher is defined by what it can maintain as galaxy. By what people we call artists would call its negative space. A cipher is maintained by what it can be taken up with. and let its elements break us down. Cipher makes eye contact. Third eye, visible. A cipher is family like family inherits. A cipher is family like family inheritance that trumps blood. Cipher is spade. Cipher eats. Cipher breathes. Under the bed at night, cipher ghost. See you, see me. Cipher hiding will see. Through the viewfinder are we found. Cipher B. Hanging the moon. Between us there are goats. Bellies full. Strawberry. And making sense enough to babble brooks line pathways to trading grounds, bartering our ways to stableness. Exchanging energy and will. Like lungfuls of air, soak up your arms. Bend this branch backwards so you know from whence we came. Always there, always a beacon. Timeless with yes. Finishing for tomorrow. Sagging. In the direction the moon hangs. Hanging the moon. Sure-footed. Round. Sweet and making sense enough to babble brooks line pathways to trading grounds, bartering our ways to stableness. Exchanging energy and will like lungfuls of air, soak up your arms. Bend this branch backwards so we know from where we came. Always there, always here, a beacon, timeless with yes, finishing for tomorrow, sagging in the direction the moon hangs, between us goats, timeless, and our measure of distance ere we reach fertile ground, planting soil. I used to think you hung the moon. I will remember thinking that, and revel in the joy. Your belly is full of goats, roasting over hot coals, meat, seasoned, spice, possibilities, tethering me to next lifetimes, and stuck with the stars.